over this past weekend, I've worked a total of, let's just say like 50 plus hours, and I'm exhausted, completely exhausted. Between YouTube and work and meetings and putting up with BS at the job, I need to just rest and recollect myself and then start again in a new week. But the problem is, my only off day isn't until Thursday every single week. Either Monday or Thursday, I switch between those two. So me working 3 jobs, me having little to no free time, what motivates me to continue to go on every single day and day in and day out? Well, I need a why. I have a why. And one of my whys, and I'm just going to give you a couple of ones that are kind of generic. I'm not going to tell you the actual one, but just bear with me now. One of the whys that I have is because my whole life I've been told, you don't need all that. You don't need luxury goods. You don't need the nice car. You don't need the new shoes. You don't need to stay at a 5-star hotel. You don't need to eat steak every single night. You don't need it. Why? Whoa, hold on. Why do I not need it? And anytime I ask questions, I was always shut down. Now, as great of a person that my father is, he did have his flaws. And every time I asked a question, he would never answer it. And he would never give me a plausible answer that I could readily accept. So, like, of course, as kids, we're going to ask questions. We're going to want to know the reason why. We're going to want to know these things and do these things, not only for ourselves, but for our future selves. And don't get me wrong, I appreciate my pops for what he did and what he put me through as far as the training and the upbringing and the discipline. It made me who I am today, and I have the ability to work, so I'm going to do so with my full might and my full authority as best as I can. Now, that being said, I do not plan to be in this position forever working 3 jobs, okay? So with YouTube, with my 3 jobs, I mean, you know, this past weekend was a real heavy weekend. It's Memorial Day weekend, you know, and I have to keep on going. But I start to feel, I hate using the word feel, but you know, you got to use it sometimes. I start to feel like my body's kind of breaking down, not just my body, but my mind as well. Because when you're doing so much work and you're focusing so much of your effort, not only just creating content, but actually at the job, expending energy and time, which is the most important thing, expending time on something that you really you're not interested in, but you're working a job that you hate, that's probably, it's got to be one of the most depressing things that you can do. Oh, let's make this, yeah, let's do that. It's probably one of the most depressing things that you can do, but every man has to do it. Now, there's these guys nowadays that are becoming millionaires off of streaming, YouTube. They don't necessarily have to work a regular job that are making buku money. I mean, shout out to them, but they don't necessarily know what it's like to work into a job, work a job that you hate, but you have to work it because you have no choice. They don't necessarily know that pain. So I'm going through it right now, and I'm also still providing content to you guys because it's the best course of action, right? And so while I'm heading home, I'm like, this is the best time of any just to record a video and just talk about my thoughts and about, you know, my why and what I'm going through, right? So the second reason why I'm doing what I'm doing, working the 3 jobs, you know, putting 50 hours in over the weekend, and then working today, getting 4 hours of sleep, 5 hours of sleep at night, making sure my videos are edited. The second reason why, which is generic, I know, but is because I want freedom. Yo, more than anything, I want freedom. Not in the freedom in the sense of I can spend wherever I want, but I want to go wherever I want without necessarily looking at when my next paycheck is going to come, right? But I have some work to do before I even get there. So what I'm going to start doing, this is what I'm thinking, right? And you guys let me know down in the comment section if you guys rock with this idea. But what I'm thinking about doing is actually putting up like a scale and or a tracker of me paying down my student loans and my credit card debt from my failed business. And you know, once it hits 0 and once I get my finances in order, you know what I mean, we have like a big old party and stuff like that. And of course, I'm still going to be growing my YouTube. I'm still going to be working and everything like that. But maybe we'll make it a big thing, man. And we'll do something special for it. But that's just what I'm thinking. But you know, these are things that you can't miss. You have to do these things, because if you don't, you're going to be absolutely screwed. And I mean in more ways than one. You guys already know what Trump's trying to do when he says that, hey, you guys better pay your student loans back, because if you don't pay your student loans back, we're going to come and garnish your checks. without any delays, without any hesitation at all, I'm gonna be looking at myself like, yeah, damn. Okay, I used to have, let's just say, argument standpoint, $6,000 coming every single month, but now they're garnishing about 20 or 30% of my check. So now I have, $4,500 coming, and if I wasn't budgeting my money correctly and I didn't know how to save and spend effectively, then I will be absolutely screwed. And I'd be like, man, what am I gonna do? I'll be freaking out. So I was like, okay, you know what? Before any of that happens, let me go ahead and get this done. Let me get this out of the way. And it's the same thing for everything. Anything that you do in life, get it done right then and there. Get it done right now, because the reality is the longer you wait, the more you're gonna stretch it out, and the worse it's gonna be in the future. Same thing with me. The longer I wait to pay these student loans off, the later it's gonna get, and the higher that interest rate is gonna go. So, for instance, if I owed $15,000 on my student loans, right? For the first, let's just say it takes 10 years to pay off that $15,000. For the first 6.5, 7 years, you're only gonna be paying interest. Oh, you're only gonna be paying interest, okay? Now the last year or so, that's when you're gonna be paying the principal. You know what I mean? You're gonna be putting all your money towards the principal. So now, if I know that fact, why would I delay paying off my student loans? Why would I delay paying off my credit card? Why would I delay doing these things? Even if I failed, I need to get that shit done as soon as possible, so that way it's not bogging me down. I'm not thinking about that shit. That's another huge reason of why I work every single day. Not only because I want to be successful, not only because they had told me, no, you don't need this all the time, not only because I want to have freedom, but because it's for me. I want to be free and clear. I don't want to have any worries, because when I do eventually achieve that freedom, business pops off, YouTube is going well, I build something on the side of YouTube, whatever the case may be. When that happens, because I know it will, when that happens, I want to be able to pack a Louis bag that I already bought, you know what I mean? Pack that up and say, hey, let's go, and not have to worry about that. Is that too much to ask for? Is that too much to ask for? But you need a why. Let me tell you this last thing, right, as I'm pulling up to the house. Shout out to Hakeem, shout out to Larry C, because these guys are part of our money mindset group that I'm in, and these guys have motivated me I don't know how much. All right, so Hakeem, this dude, I mean, he's young, dude. He's not no older than me. Like he's like 4 years older than me, but the amount of motivation this guy gives me, the stuff that he looks at and talks about on a day-to-day basis, his reality is much different than mine. Same thing as Larry C. Larry C, I mean, that's the GOAT. That's the professor. That's my guy right there. Larry C, he is a full-blown professor. He has a house, right? He's married. He's living his life of the way he wanted it to go as soon as he graduated from college. But the point I'm trying to make is Hakeem's in Monaco right now at F1. You know what I mean? Hakeem is made investments, paid off his debt, and he's dealing with things at his job right now that are not, in his best interest. And he talks about that in his videos. Go ahead and give him a subscribe, Hakeem in Europe. And he's like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm about to make that move. He says, fuck it, I'm about to make that move. I'm about to quit. I'm about to, like, they're not really treating me right. I'm tired of these fucking normies complaining and shit like that all the time. I say the same thing. I'm tired of these fucking black people in Arkansas making all these damn excuses for why they're not where they want to be in life, blaming the white man for nothing at all. I'm the same way, but the reality is he's making this happen. He can make it happen at the drop of a dime whenever he feels like it. I'm like, yo, do you understand that 99.9% of America, percent of people, I should say, want to have that ability that you have? I mean, it's absolutely mind-boggling, okay? But it just goes to show the type of level and the type of game that these guys are on. I try to talk to these guys almost like once a week, twice a week, you know what I mean? Something like that. But of course they're busy. But without them, the motivation will still be there, but actually seeing it up close and personal, hearing what they had to go through, and their stories is absolutely, it's on a whole different level. Guys, I'm telling you right now, I'm not telling you this to motivate you. I don't give a fuck if you're motivated or not. I'm telling you what I'm gonna do. I'm telling you where I'm gonna take the social grade school. I'm telling you where I want to be, why I want to be like them, because they got their shit figured out. Of course, everything's not gonna go their way. Of course, everything's not gonna go my way. But it's not about that. It's about trial and error. It's about failing and then succeeding. Fail, 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 succeed. Fail, 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 succeed. If I wanted to climb Mount Everest right fucking now, and I couldn't climb it, would I give up? That would be the easy answer. Or would I just keep on trying? I would probably keep on trying, because that's the type of person I am. I cannot give up. That's me. I don't give a fuck about what you do. But over here at the social grade school, this is what we're getting into. And come July 28th, when we start talking about etiquette, dress, and oh, by the way, what do you guys think about the outfit today? I got maroon pants on. I got a blue sweater. Of course, it's paired with the button up right there. It's open, no tie. And of course, Chelsea boots, bald fade. This is kind of like a 5 o'clock shadow, you know, so it's something slight, you know what I mean? But yeah, guys, I mean, look, let me know what you guys think about the content, right? What do you guys think about my plan? Should I go along with putting and tracking my progress as far as my student loan goes and as far as my credit card goes? I mean, I don't know. You guys let me know what you guys want to see down in the comment section below, and let me know your thoughts on this why factor, and we'll holla back at you. I'm interested to see what you guys think. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Peace.